Greetings from the other side of the world, because today we're in Germany, just outside of Berlin, and we're taking a look at this thing, which is BMW's latest electric SUV, the iX M60. You might be wondering what makes this iX special from the ones that we've already got on the road in New Zealand. Let me tell you, it's the one thing that distinguishes all good BMWs. It's this letter, M. And like all good BMW M cars, this thing has the power and torque to back the claims up. 455 kilowatts and 1,100 newton meters of torque work together to send this to 100 kilometers an hour in just 3.8 seconds before topping out at 250 kilometers per hour. But what good's a BMW M car that doesn't go well on the road? So let's go and find out how she goes. On the road, this iX M60 offers a more visceral experience over the regular iX models that we've driven in New Zealand. But then again, that's something that you would expect considering all the M badges plastered across this thing. These changes aren't overly significant considering that X50 is a very fast car in itself, but you can tell that this one's a bit more performance orientated. It's a bit more hardcore. Like the other iX models, this one gets a soundtrack designed by Academy Award winner Hans Zimmer. But it's different, it's bespoke for this M version. But the sound that this M60 makes is kind of like the THX intro, you know, the movie one. That's really the only thing that I can compare it to. Here, have a listen. Another element of the soundtrack that I like is there's a definite difference between rolling into the throttle, like this, versus just absolutely flattening the throttle and it comes in full guns blazing like this. The sound definitely gives a sort of personality aspect to this. Performance EVs have been known as a bit of a one-trick pony, but I don't know, just as simple as adding a cool sound in gives this whole new other driving dynamic. As you'd expect from a $250,000 performance EV, the acceleration is brutal, like that. And you can really feel every single one of those 1,100 newton meters just smashing you down the road. And considering we're in Germany, near the Autobahn, it'd be a real shame if we didn't put BMW's top speed claim of 250 km per hour to the test. As a whole, BMW's iX M60 feels special. Not in the same way that an M5 CS feels special, but in a cutting-edge technology sort of way. It's clear from driving it that it isn't a full-fat M car, but instead an M performance model, something like the M340i or M550i. At almost $240,000 in New Zealand, that isn't cheap by any means, but you'd be hard-pressed to find a more rounded, luxurious and high-performance electric vehicle on the market.